Hey guys, it's Omer from MMOs.com. Do a quick first impressions gameplay video for Food Fantasy, a mobile hero gacha collector game developed and published by Elix. I spent about 5-10 minutes running around checking this game out. Makes sense. If you guys do want to play Food Fantasy or learn more about it, do check out the full review on MMOs.com on the link below. This is a sponsored video by Elix, so you can actually play the game with a link in the description. Anyway, I will do the video like I normally do. We're going to run through what's going on in this game. I've been playing it for a smidgen on my own. It's a very basic hero collector game with a restaurant management system built in and with some cute lolly characters. Look, I'm a little scared, but if it's for you, I will do my best. Now that's a line that you can find in a lot of good hentais, if you know what I'm saying. But anyway, let's jump into the restaurant management part. So you got a world map over here, and as with a lot of other mobile games, probably the biggest drawback for me, and I've played a bunch of these games, is that there's just a lot going on. Luckily, when you first start the game, there's half as many menus over here, but you still kind of bombarded with a lot of different menus and different currencies. So you got your stamina, your gold, and crystals in the game. So you got a restaurant management system built in here too. So it's kind of like a gacha collector hero RP hero collector game with restaurant management features, and kind of just the restaurant part kind of plays itself once you get in here every once in a while. So we can see our prep menu over here. Our cook is making some. Let's make some stuff with her. Let's make some boiled lettuce. Going to craft those bad boys, and she'll craft those in 30 minutes, and everything she crafts goes on this table, and it gets served to your people in your restaurant, and you get resources and money for doing so. You get this tip currency, and you can spend that tip currency in the tip store. So this game does what a lot of these mobile games do, and it kind of frustrates me a bit because there are so many different currencies. The tip currency is only good for the tip store, which you get from the restaurant management part, and then there's other currencies for other things, and on top of the default, gold and crystals as well. There's special PvP currency as well, which you can buy in the PvP store. So there's just a lot of different currencies in the game. You can also research your own goodies over here. As you make more of these, you need the materials to make these. You can actually improve your crafting skill in the game, and it gets you goodies later on. In fact, it's quite a bit in the game too. We talked to this guy. If we give this customer order, he wants some beef tartare. Let's go make him some of these bad boys, but we can't because we need an egg. If you want to get that egg, we can go to level 5-2. We can do this egg level, and bam, let's go get this guy an egg. Now, fortunately, if you do levels multiple times, you can actually just kind of auto do them. But for this first fight, you can see some action over here. Though it's a very low level encounter, so it'll be super easy. But yeah, much of the combat is kind of done automatically, though there is some player input required. But much like whether it's Fate Grand Order, whether it's Azure Lane, a lot of these games are basically, the way the genre works is basically you build a team, and most of the combat is largely automated, though there are some abilities you can use. So we got our egg over there, boys. We're good to go. If we want to do that right now. We can give this guy, we can make this thing over here. We can research this, make it for him. Boom! Got that beef tartare. And he also wants one of these bad boys, some salad. Let's give the man his salad. Bam, easy quest, boys. Easy delivery, donezo. Delivered. Easy clap. We can summon more characters as well. You can earn the soul embers in game basically for free. Now, why? Well, the one unique aspect, not really unique, but really, odd aspect of this game, the reason it's called Food Fantasy is that basically we summon Tom Yum, a very, very delicious actual, I think it's Thai dish. It's like a shrimp soup, and it's actually really tasty. But all the characters are based off food, so that's the name Food Fantasy comes from. Really bizarre story. Something about there was a war between souls and humans. Humans got rid of all the souls, and then evil forces attacked, and you need souls to beat the evil forces. So we found souls inside the foods, and we extracted them and used them as weapons against the evil demons and whatnot. So you can see my team over here. We got Milk. Though you would think for a waifu named Milk, they missed a great opportunity to give her giant boobs. When I think Milk, I think big boobs. But no, not quite big enough, unfortunately. You got bamboo rice, black tea, long bow. So what's weird is, even though they're inspired by foods, a lot of them are just very, very basic. Like, why is spicy gluten? I guess her hair is red. She looks a bit spicy. Like, hamburger is really just some dude that says hamburger on his face. I'm not sure, where the inspiration really comes from. But there are other things that are a little more obvious. I think there's salad, for example, that actually has little green stuff coming out of him. You got escargot, who actually talks really slowly, so I guess that kind of makes some sense. But half the characters feel kind of randomly put together. I mean, the one really good thing about this game, I would say the strongest point, is probably that its art is actually really good. And you can see a lot of it in action too. We can just do one of, the things when you beat these levels with 3 stars, if you click sweep, for example, you can just run them 5 times really quickly. It's like an insta, if you did it the first time already, you don't have to keep grinding them. You click the sweep button and you're good to go. And much of your time spent in this game is basically completing these linear quests. As you do these quests, you can unlock new areas. So this is the world map over here. You can see all different areas. I have more missions to do in the map I'm currently in. So let's go back to our previous map. And in our current map, we got to do some, bust out the parasol over here. We got to kill this. I'm not high enough level to do this right now. I'm only level 30. Got to be level 31, and you can see me get dunked real quick. Let's see what happens. The thing is with these games, too, which kind of throws me off a lot, is that these games typically start off very easy. And they stay very easy for a while, and then difficulty spikes later on. And pretty much with any of these waifu collector games, there really isn't too much active gameplay. You do have to press these buttons when they fill up, and that's basically it. Like when these fill up, there's no reason not to click on them. Use your oh, you gotta click on these bad boys. I misclicked it actually. So if you click on those, in order when they appear, it basically lets you interrupt enemy abilities. So that's actually the only real input you need. So that's really what you're doing hands-on in combat. And most of the time early on, you don't really have to do that. 2, 3, there we go. Click on these bad boys too. We weaken his effect. And sometimes your characters get like frozen by ice, and you gotta like press the buttons to get them out of the ice. So there is some little bit of player input required. But the thing is, once you've played like Fake Grand Order or Azure Lane or Girls Frontline, a lot of these games are very similar in principle. And Food Fantasy really isn't too different in that regards. I mean, the only real unique part about this, I gotta click on these. Well, there we go. I misclicked on it. I didn't get to click on it, so I actually took extra damage. You might actually die now. The only real difference here is that you have the restaurant management system built in. That's really the ones, the game's real special sauce, if you want to call it that. If that does make some sense. And it's really just kind of like an idle game you can play in the background, And so is the main game. Whether you play Fake Grand Order, whether you play Girls Frontline, once you run out of resources in those games, once you run out of stamina, there's not much more else you can do. So it really follows that formula pretty well. And the thing is, it's not my cup of tea. I've tried playing Fake Grand Order. I've tried playing Food Fantasy for a bit, but a lot of my friends do like these games. But for some reason, it just doesn't jive well with me. I prefer more action in my games. So I played Hong Kong Impact, which is pretty decent, because at least you have to kind of move around that game. Here, it's basically more about resource management, time management, and something you can play on the side. Hey, we're level 31 now. We got more stamina and our rewards. Now that we're level 31, we can upgrade our bad boys. But like as you can see, it's so overwhelming to a degree sometimes. Like we can do our trials. We can these are some daily quests you can do multiple times. If we do this, we get like these rewards, potential drops over there. There are just so many menus to go through, so it does feel like a bit of a menu overwhelming. But because the core gameplay really just relies around navigating those menus and doing all your daily missions, your side missions, and all that stuff, it kind of makes sense because when you're playing the core game, you're not really playing it anyway. It's at 2 times speed. Too bad you can't go any higher than that, unfortunately. And there's PvP as well. You can play against random people. You can choose your opponents. It does like an asynchronous PvP that you've seen in basically every other game like this. So the AI controls the enemies, which are a player's team, even though it's they're not player controlled. Again, there isn't too much player input required anyway. You basically use a couple skills, and that's about it. So we got level 31 earlier. So after this fight, we can go upgrade our bad boys too. Our max level is gonna be level 30. So really, the progression in this game is basically doing all the linear quests, getting the resources, doing the restaurant management stuff, which give you more rewards, let you do more daily missions, and then you can basically, ideally turn all your resources and money into hero shards. So if you get the same hero, a duplicate hero, you get a shard of that hero, and you can actually use that to upgrade your own, power up your current guys. Let's go back to our team, for example. Show you that real quick. We can go to, can we upgrade Long Bow? Or we can upgrade, I think we can upgrade Milk. Enhance them. So we can upgrade this guy, put some points over here. Boom, level 31. We can ascend if we had 70 shards. We don't have 70 shards yet. We only have 47. So when we get more milks from our draws, you can upgrade them and ascend them. They get more stats that way. So you want to get lots of shards and ascend them that way. We can summon another one, see what we get. See our RNG and see if we can get an ultra rare. But it really does follow the same formula we've seen in other games. The art is really good too. It's got some Japanese voice acting, which is not bad either. But it's competing with some big heavyweights. Please don't toy with me. I like the Japanese voice acting a lot. That's like the one thing I like. And the art isn't bad either. But when you're competing with Fake Grand Order, Azure Lane, and Girls Frontline, all these games have really good art as well. So it's gonna be a little tough over there. But I guess the restaurant management thing is kind of neat as well. If you like what you see, though, give it a try. If you like these hero collector games, it's pretty popular. I think it's got like 500,000 downloads on Google Play. So people do play it. But yeah, again, so many menus. I'm doing these missions basically all the time. I haven't even shown you the PvP if I can get there in a second. There's PvP in the game as well. And this airship menu is more quests we can do. If we load up this airship with put some 18 eggplants in there, load it up, boys. You get these 20 hearts, but when you fill it up, you can send it off and have a chance to get more rare stuff. It's just constant resource gathering and constant, you can play this game with probably 20 minutes a day tops, because really once you use all your stamina, once you do your restaurant stuff, you're basically done. It doesn't require that much time. We can load over here, we can go to a map we beat with 3 stars like this one and hit the big old sweep button, use up all our stamina. Can't do that one. Once you run out of stamina, you're basically done anyway. So that's all you gotta do, is use up all your stamina before you close the game, and then you're good to go. So we can do this bad boy sweep. There you go. And you can see what resources you'll get when you sweep as well, so you can hunt for the resources you need. But that's basically Food Fantasy. It's not bad. Not my cup of tea. My biggest complaint is overwhelming menus. Starts off very easy. It does get harder later on though, but it's really hard when you first play these games. They all start off really brain dead easy, and this is not the only one. Fate Grand Order starts off in the same way, but on at least the positive side here is you can't like have a partner to help you out. Like when you play Fate Grand Order, for example, like you can get a random person to help you out, and they're like level 99 when all your guys are like level 1. So you don't have that here. So it's not as easy early on as Fate Grand Order and some other games. But yeah, if you like what you see, give it a try. Link in the description below. I do like this lolly character. I'm a little scared, but if it's for you, I will do my best. That's my favorite voice line in the game, guys. It's the lolly saying a very pervy line. A+. Anyway, that's it, guys. If you want to play the game yourself, link is in the description as always. And this once again a sponsored video by Elix. If you want to support the channel, just give them a try. It takes like a few minutes to download, and who knows, you might end up liking the waifu characters. And if husbandos are more your thing, they got husbandos as well. Anyway, guys, later.